Hello. I'll wait for some people to get on and I'll tell you what's on my mind because I'm pretty disturbed right now of what the judges are actually allowing to pass for guilty parties doing wrongful actions and sexual actions on the children. Children! I mean, how dense, closed-minded do you seriously need to be in order to understand that an action, wrongful action anyway, that's done onto a child that's meant in a sexual manner should be put in jail for a long time? Or understand what they're doing is really, really wrong, not just sit there in a jail cell because they ain't gonna do anything. I mean, in most cases, it's ridiculous. But the thing that's getting me the most right now is that I looked at the news report yesterday for our town, for the weekly people who went to jail or got sentenced or whatnot, and every single one that did a sexual action towards a minor got a sentencing, but the sentence got suspended or the sentence got dropped. Every single one. Explaining what's wrong with that picture. And yet a man who had drugs and had possession of a gun, which, okay, and he got 15 years prison, or got for jail. And he got no suspended and no deferred. So, is that kind of a little backwards? Just a little bit? Or just me? I'll put the, it's my link, I shared the link yesterday morning of the local report, but I will post a couple pictures on here afterwards to show you exactly what it says. It says that these guys did multiple actions on two minors, or actually another one was did strangulation of a family member, and supposedly that one got dropped, including other actions. I'll post the picture. But is this seriously the way our judicial system is being trained now to do? To let pedophiles go? Oh yeah, probably, because that brings more money for the hospitals, that brings more money for the police, that brings more money for the counselors, that brings more money for foster homes because the kids can be mentally screwed up even more, and then they're going to blame the parents and they take the kids later. So I mean, it's a whole, it all works in one. And look, yesterday, this is going to be fun. Yesterday, I posted on the Billings Gazette about one of the reasons why the marijuana helps me, and it helped me to be able to calm myself and my emotional that was out of whack years ago. Marijuana helped me to calm myself down as well. It helps actually bring your mind stronger and be able to think more clear. Believe me or not, I really don't care. But I know, and everyone around me, including my church, everyone that I go to church with knows, because they see me in the dramatic change that everything did for me with marijuana, through changing my diet plan, through self-confidence, rebuilding myself. But back to main subject. I'm curious, is this seriously how our judges are being trained in college now? Because it seems to be going on in every state. It seems to be going on in every town, because I'm seeing post after post after post of multiple families continuously screaming out for help, including the children screaming out for help, and no one is listening to them. The narcissistic parent, or the because I'm seeing both stories unfold, or the system will use you until they get every last dime they need out of you, or they start liking you. That's how it works. And yet, people are still being blinded by their own insecurities and their own trained mental way of thinking that we're all full of crap. How exactly can we be so full of it if we're telling you from first-hand experience, from continuously trying to reach out to get help for our kids, for continuously trying to open your eyes to see of what's really going on. What's going on in the courts right now with just spontaneous people who are doing wrong actions on the kids, that proves it right there, but we're not bullshitting you guys. How much more evidence that people need to see to realize that our kids are being set up for failure for the future, for business profit. Not for a good future for them. Unless they like you. I mean, it's all how it works. Just like George Washington said, money eventually is going to take over and emotions aren't going to care anymore. So, love to hear our feedback on what your points of view are and how you see this corrupted system, if they are being intentionally trained to basically make it all for money, all for profit. So we really need to stand up for our kids, and we need to really seriously unite for our children, because if we don't, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. That's going to get worse either way. We already know it is. But we need to fight for our kids, because they can't fight for themselves because they don't know how to. How can a child fight for something they have no idea what the heck is going on in the first place, and they're being trained that that's how normal life is? Well, that's completely BS and bogus. You wonder why kids get so mentally screwed up? Is because they're being trained this is normal. They're being trained that kids are supposed to be removed from the parents. And then they're convinced that the parents don't fight for them and don't want them. It's bullshit. You know? There are parents out there that do need serious help, and they don't need their kids at all because it's screwed what they're doing to their kids. I get that. But most of them, what happens to them, it should not. So, have a good day.